Well, good morning. This is Rhonda back from Cooler Talk with Rhonda and Cynthia. Well, apparently I talked for 19 minutes at 9:30 this morning and the volume was off. I'm sorry I didn't see your message sooner, April, but I have fixed it. And notice those little time clocks before this video. It means time is running out. Time is running out to find happiness in your world and in your life. So I'm going to talk about that today, and I got to find my cheater sheet here. My former classmate, a classmate of mine, made a post the other day that had a profound impact on me. And so I just decided that I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it with you. Okay. And I'll just read it because it's better than ad-libbing. And her comment was, in our society, so many people feel guilty for prioritizing their own happiness. Somewhere in our lives, we were taught it's wrong that we must take care of everybody else at our own expense. I mean, who made that decision? So how can we be healthy, whole human beings with this kind of self-neglect? That's a pretty big question. In fact, I'm gonna type that in the chat here. Number one, how can we be healthy, whole human beings with self-neglect? Well, I can tell you that if we self-neglect ourselves, we cannot be healthy, whole human beings, because the two can't happen at the same time. So somewhere we were taught we have to take care of everybody else at our own expense. Really think about that. Why we all have this trip around the earth right now at this time frame, and we're here to learn how to be happy, to share love, kindness, and caring for other people. Supposedly, the mantra for life is to learn to love and to learn to be compassionate. Sometimes we have to start with ourselves. Society has programmed us, in many cases, to do for them. Being of service to others is different, much different than doing service because you're expected to. And I'll give you an example how you can tell a happy person versus an unhappy person. Happy people don't complain. They're comfortable within their own skin. They've learned how to be comfortable in their own skin. They've learned that things may happen to them, but what they do with what has happened can make or break how they spend the rest of their life. For example, let's say you're the only child that's living in town. The other kids live out of state because they needed to pursue different things than you. You're comfortable right where you are. Well, with that comes some responsibility to watch over the parents, for example. But are you doing it because you feel you have to, or are you doing it because you want to? Doing it because you have to is a grind. It's an absolute grind. It's energy draining. And so I feel we need to address the issues going on inside of ourselves to be able to open our hearts and give without that expectation. If you're so miserable helping other people, find a professional that's trained to work in these situations that can give you a break. It can give you some semblance to your life, to help you give you balance. The services are out there. You just have to look for them. It doesn't have to be you, but you can oversee the care and make sure it's done correctly and properly. The next question is, do we think those who love us, want us to live this kind of hollow existence? Let's see again. Okay, checking my typing. Well, I think if they truly understood the effects of their demands and expectations, if they truly understood the effect it had on the people they were setting those expectations for, they would not want that. They would not want that for their family member to be unhappy, to be miserable. I understand the fears of wanting to have somebody nearby, someone who cares for you, to take care of you when you really need help. I understand that completely. But I believe that if one cannot give that care without expectation and only focuses on that other person's happiness, and you're sharing joy with them, I really don't believe they would want that. I know what their wishes and wants are, but they really don't want you to be unhappy while taking care of them or watching over them. So find someone who can do that. Find the resources that are available to help out with that. And so how can we be healthy? Be healthy, whole human beings. This kind of self-neglect. Oh, I've already asked that question. So, yeah, I'm getting a little distracted here. I was so much more organized when I first did this. So, let me fix that. So, the next one would be, okay, do we think those who love us want us to live this kind of hollow existence? Well, it's far from hollow, let me tell you, because there's a lot of turmoil and resentment building going on behind the scenes. So there's nothing hollow about it. But if you look at the big picture of life and happiness, it is hollow. It's in many ways it's meaningless. But it's not meaningless. It all depends on your mindset and how you look at it. Work on that mindset. Get self-help books. If you have to go to therapy, but find a therapist who's going to exchange conversation with you and either validate your feelings and tell you when you're wrong, and be able to gauge that if your perceptions are off. Those are the best counselors, and they're there to help you become bigger, better, and more whole people, to help you shoot for that happiness. And that happiness comes from within. No matter where we look outside of ourselves for that happiness, whether it be money, some look for it through sexual desires. Some are very needy, desire an unusually high amount of attention. Come to terms within on why those things are happening, why you feel you need to get it from there instead of learning how to fix things from within. So how can we be truly present to our loved ones? And the reason I'm typing these out is if somebody feels compelled to answer and offer their perception, we want to hear it. We want to hear it on Cooler Talk. Do we think those who love us want this kind of existence? So how can we be truly present for our loved ones? We can be truly present for our loved ones if we're truly present for ourselves. Pretty much it in a nutshell. Get rid of that junk that's holding us back from being the loving, giving human beings that we were born to be. So find a way to get rid of that crap that's holding you back. Life is too short. The clocks are ticking, and none of us knows when that clock is going to stop ticking. So to be present for our loved ones, we must be present for ourselves. And this is what I've learned. And there is a balance to be had. And it is important. It is very important to find it. Oh, everybody loves me today. It's very important to find it. So we can be is a place to be had, and it's important to find it so we can be in a place to live and to love fully. So find your peace. If you're angry, get to the bottom of that anger. That's your part. Your part is to find out why you're so angry and get rid of those angry feelings. Look at the source. If you had a part in that situation, well, you had a part. Just be casual and say, okay, I had a part, and I was wrong for what I did. Or my perception was incorrect, or I didn't ask enough questions to find out if what I was hearing was what the other person was saying. There are so many tools out there to help with these things. I urge you to go out there and find it. Go find what's bugging you. Get rid of it so you can be free to live and to love and to flourish during this lifetime. And that once you do that, there will be peace inside. And know that there is a higher power there to guide you and watch you. You just have to tune into it. And learn how to tune into it. Believe that I believe that things will get better. If you're struggling, and if you're happy, kudos to you. You have learned how to face the world, accept what you see, make decisions based on what you've learned, and be factual about it, not emotional. Try to be like a scientist doing research. That's helped me to detach a little bit. So things can get better. Because once you fix what's going on inside, your whole life will change. Business will change. Your relationships with other people, generally speaking, will change. And you will learn to walk away from situations that cannot be changed. For we have no control over what other people say or do. So I'm going to show you this video. And I'm going to share with you that for years, um, I struggled with other people's hostilities. It felt like I was the brunt of it. Um, and okay, I can't find it. I thought I had it there, but what it is this dog, it might be a wolf, a dog, is walking down the sidewalk, and there's this bear behind him, just jumping, and you could tell he's really angry and wound up. Just you could it was a silent video, but you could hear the bear yelling and screaming and being angry and wanting to attack. And it was jumping on the snow and out of the snow onto the sidewalk, leaping towards the dog. And the dog is casually and comfortably walking down the sidewalk, pretty much ignoring the bear. It was a great video with a powerful message. And it was kind of like, I don't care that your life is full of drama. You create that. I choose to live a calm life and a peaceful life. And I understand that not everybody wants to be part of that life, and that's okay. Um, but I don't have time for this drama. And so the dog just keeps walking down the sidewalk, and the bear's back there exerting all of this energy and wasting their time. And with that, I'm going to end on it. And I hope that you can find peace in your life. With peace comes abundance. And with abundance comes everything that you want to attract to you that's all good in nature. So I want that for all of you. And just keep on keeping on. And we'll see you next week. Next week we're gonna have I think we're gonna have a special guest, and Cynthia's gonna be back. The trials and tribulations of having a workforce obligation, but I'm glad she can join us when she can. Thank you. And you don't have to answer the questions I typed here, but that's just food for thought. Good day.